Konnichiwa. In this video, we'll go over every step you need to become a Japanese language teacher in Washington DC, Maryland, or Virginia. Before we get into it though, make sure to download our handbook. It has more details such as requirements and specific passing scores for each test you have to take. In Maryland, one private school offers a Japanese course and does not require any licensure. However, this school has its own requirements, so make sure to check that beforehand. For Maryland public schools, here's what you need. You have to complete content coursework, pass Praxis Core academic skills for educators, or have minimum overall GPA of 3.0. Pass Praxis World Language Pedagogy, and take the ACTFL Japanese Oral Proficiency Interview and Writing Proficiency Test. If you have taught in Japan before, you need to obtain a course-by-course evaluation from a foreign evaluation agency approved by Maryland State Department of Education. Then submit a verification of experience that proves 3 years of teaching experience in the past 7 years along with other documents. DC offers a Japanese program only at one public high school. For this, you have to complete content coursework, pass Praxis Core academic skills for educators, and Praxis World Language Pedagogy. To prove your Japanese proficiency, consult with the Office of the State Superintendent of Education. For Virginia public schools, these are what you need. To complete content coursework, pass VCLA, Praxis Reading for Virginia Educators, and a proof of Japanese language proficiency, which we will go over later. And if you want to teach subjects like mathematics or science in Japanese, in addition to teaching Japanese, you can also consider working for these schools with Japanese immersion programs. For this, you have two options. One is to earn K6 elementary licensure by completing content coursework and internship, pass VCLA, and Praxis Reading for Virginia Educators, and a proof of Japanese language proficiency. The second way is to earn K-12 foreign language licensure in Japanese by completing the earlier four requirements. Add K6 elementary education endorsement by passing Praxis for 4 subjects: reading, math, science, and social studies. And then complete a 3-semester-hour course in dual language instruction methods and assessment. These are 4 ways to prove your Japanese language proficiency in Virginia. You can take ACTFL Oral Proficiency and Writing Proficiency tests, or take Praxis Japanese test, or major in Japanese at an undergraduate institution, or complete 30 credits of Japanese language courses along with 3 credits of foreign language pedagogy course. For higher education institutions, you need a master's degree and/or PhD. In general, master's degree holders focus on language instruction, while PhD holders can teach their research field like literature and linguistics, in addition to the language. The degree related to language or Japanese is preferred, but not a must. But each institution has its own requirements, so make sure to check that before you apply. Here are tips that can help you reach your goal. If you graduated from a Japanese university, you need to use a transcript evaluation service through a state-approved organization. Please carefully check the requirement as you may need to submit your transcript in the original language. This process may take time, so look into it as soon as you plan to apply for a job. If English is not your primary language, you may be eligible for extended testing time for Praxis. Please check Praxis' website for the limitations and the forms. This service does not apply for Praxis Japanese. You should register as a substitute teacher as soon as you can. This will help you get your foot in the door and familiarize yourself with educational settings. When you receive the county school district ID and email address, Please inform MAATJ officers so that they can further assist you with your future employment. Join a Japanese Teachers Association. This will keep you posted on useful opportunities like workshops, conferences, and even help you find a mentor by networking. Please be sure to choose MAATJ as your local affiliate so that we can help you whenever you need it. And finally, if you're still on the fence, be sure to check out this video. Our current Japanese language teachers will tell you why they chose to go that path.
こんにちは。
こんにちは。
こんにちは。I'm the Japanese language instructor at Mary Baldwin University.
Japanese teacher here at Langley High School.
グレートフォルズ小学校で日本語イマージョンを教えています。
My favorite thing about teaching Japanese language is being able to share my passion and love of the Japanese culture with my students.
卒業後もメッセージを送ってくれたり、教え子の活躍ぶりが見られるのもいいところかなと思います。
My favorite part of my job is getting to watch my students' minds open up about other cultures.
My advice to any person, don't be intimidated by the proficiency test.
Even if you don't have a teaching degree, just go and be a Japanese teacher.
教師になる前は、全然違う仕事をしていたんですが、なせばなるです。
日本語教員は言語と文化を通して次世代を育成するとても素敵なお仕事だと思います。
Language is what connects us to each other, and there's nothing more valuable than learning to communicate with others.
If you are thinking about being a Japanese language teacher, I have one thing to say to you. 頑張れ。
頑張ってください。
頑張ってください。応援しています。
Teach Japanese.
Cultivate students' global mind.
And with that, we wish you the best and hope to see you soon in our DMV Japanese community.